blank out.
Never. All right, here we are. 9:30. Kelly, we're 2 minutes late.
We'll catch up.
Oh my
we'll
gosh.
Catch up.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. These are this. Did you just do this one? Because I didn't see
I
it
had
earlier.
it painted. I just put it together.
Oh my gosh. So cute. Look at this. We are memory bound in Iowa. Kelly's here today. I can't wait to show you these cards.
It's a colorful day. Colorful heart day.
It's a colorful day for sure. These cards are beautiful. And look at this. This she did on a little coaster.
Yeah, a little coaster. That was really fun.
Gosh, I love this so much, Kelly.
And Dawn, this one's got little gems on it.
Yes. But I
Otherwise,
like how
it's very simple.
I like to do that again because I can't. Let's see if I can just turn it so they. There you go. I think they can see the gems.
I see what's wrong with this easel. I fixed it.
Very cool. I'm going to give you that back to put down. Okay. Well, do we want to start over here?
Yes, let's get started over here.
All right.
Wow, Dawn is gonna. Do you want me to tape, Dawn?
Sure.
Dawn did a lot of pulling today for getting us all organized, and
because I checked in freight yesterday and we got a lot of storage stuff, so I'm like, well, let's get it all over here and put it all together so everyone can see.
well, it's January, and that's a good day to get or
It's
good
our
day
resolution.
or a month.
Our resolution is to get ourselves organized. So, well, let's go ahead and start. First of all, we got in more of the photo play love letters. So this is the some of the paper that Diane used on her coasters. So we have it in the full collection pack along with the stickers.
And I did open one so you could show.
Well, let's do that. $8.99, and you get 6 double-sided papers and then the cardstock stickers for $8.99. That's a really good deal. And I would guess that you're going to find that under Valentine. Okay. So
And Katie's going to be using this for a little project.
next Thursday, did I see that on the
I
calendar?
think it's Thursday. She's going to be here quite a few times, everybody. So
Woohoo!
put your coffee down.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here's the cut aparts. Oh, and that heart. I think Diane pointed that heart out. And we have Loves Me Not. And that's cool. And then we have this one. This was the one Diane made her hearts out of. And the back side of that.
So you get 2 of each sheet, which I love because
Yes.
sometimes I'm afraid to cut my paper.
Well, you could do the 2-page layout. Because for me, I like to do the same background.
Well,
That's
you
just
could do
how I
that,
scribble.
Dawn, and then you have your cutouts here that you could add for your embellishment on your solid background.
And your stickers. And these are like Teresa has used these along her cards. She just stacks them, which I think is a really fun look. Sending you love, will you be mine? Wild about you, be my Valentine. So just really fun things. So those are back in stock, $8.99. Okay. Well, storage. If you are wanting to get organized for the 2022, we have some options for you. These we've had these in the store, and I talked about them, but I didn't put the actual number of. I couldn't remember the actual number of distress ink pads that you can fit in there, but it's 40, and these you can hold 40 distress ink pads, whether it be the oxide or the distress. Look at, I even wrote 40 in
Yeah, I
pink.
see that.
And so if you don't have 40, well, then they also come with these, and I was going to show this. They also come with these expanders. So you can put these in, and let me get that. So you can put these in, and it still stores less than 40. So if you're just starting your collection, you can put in these expanders on both ends, and it still holds them in there just perfectly. So allows for growth.
And if you're going to do that, you definitely need a sheet of labels.
Oh, right here, got the labels. And we've got every color up to his most recent release is on this sheet. So you just cut them apart, and then you can label. They fit perfectly on the edge of the distress pad, and so you can just look at them at any point, what colors you have.
And I have some of those on mine I brought from home so I can show them.
Oh, yay. That'd be
Donna
great.
says the love letters is not online, but
Oh, hey, Katie.
it was online.
Could you check to see where that is on your... Oh, yeah. Katie's all over it. Okay. And then we also have the Tim Holtz Distressed Ink storage. It holds 15. This is $12.99. And this one was $16.49. And it holds 40. And this one holds 15. So really you'd need like 2.5 of these to hold the 40 that this one case is. And it transports very easily.
Yes, Dawn can just grab it under her arms there.
Okay, now we have the 5x7 storage little boxes, and they are $2.99, and they hold like just the little mini distress inks. I didn't fill it up, but it holds 10, 20, or probably 15, maybe more.
12 by 12 paper packs and Valentine.
Okay. Katie said it's under 12 by 12 paper packs and under Valentine.
So if you go to shopping and themes and Valentine's Day, it should be right there.
Type in love letters and see if that comes up.
And Dawn, we have a question about the labels. These labels that we have, they're printed on a sticker paper, and you just have to cut them apart and stick them right to your ends of your ink pads.
And when you cut them, they'll release right off of the sticky.
Yeah.
And they're, yep.
So if you want, we don't have them as a download. If you want to have, adhere them a different way, you can go out to Ranger and download them. If you don't, we have the convenience. They're printed on a laser printer, so they're waterproof, and they're on the sticker paper and ready to go. Okay, Cinda says she uses the long containers because you can stand them on in your corner if you need to save space.
Well, there you go.
Thank you, Cinda. We love all the ideas.
Well,
we love it.
Absolutely right. That's awesome. Very cool.
And Donna is found the photo play Valentine love letters. So great.
Awesome.
Glad she found them.
Awesome. Okay, so back to the 5x7 containers. You can put your mini distress inks in it. You could put your jewels and your little pieces of ephemera that you have. Or I think I've mentioned, like Teresa uses her adhesive paper, little strips of paper that she has. She puts those in that container. And then the 4x6 storage, obviously you can put your photos in here to organize them. Mm-hmm. But we also have some customers that put their Copic markers in them, and they use them by color. So like you can put all your pinks in one, your blues, your greens, and that's another great way to store your Copics. And if you set them on the end, you can see. Sorry, Kelly.
Here. Dawn's a lot taller than I am.
You can see exactly what colors are in there, or you can label them, whatever you want to do. But those are...
Okay, Kathy says she loves the labels. Janet bought 2 sets, one to put on her inks, and one she leaves whole and to label minis or whatever she does.
That's a good idea.
She knows what she does and doesn't have.
That's a good idea.
See, and the stamp pads, Tim Holtz has told Dawn and me many times in classes, it doesn't matter how you stamp pads. If they're sideways, flat, it does not matter, is what he said. And then Dawn, they're asking about the markers. What markers you just showed?
These are the Copics. Copics fit into the 4x6 just perfectly.
And that's because they're kind of colorized. Your pinks in one, your blues, and it's a very inexpensive storage.
Yeah, these are $2.49. So a great storage option for your Copic markers.
Really good to show, and we'll have somebody get it during the video, but the Big Daddy that has all those colored boxes in it.
Oh,
because then you could put your Copics by color, or your embellishments or whatever.
Hey, Katie.
Dawn's calling.
Could you bring us the storage box that has all those little colored 4x6 from We Are?
So, all right. What else have you got here, Dawn?
Okay, and then we do have the Avery Ells stamp. We have them in the small, the large, and the extra large. There is no medium, so you're not missing out. They only come in. Thank you.
You're welcome.
They only come in these 3 sizes, and you get 50 for $8.99. And so these are great for like you could put your ephemera in these, label it Easter, winter, Christmas, whatever, and put those in boxes.
And doesn't Diane put her dyes and stuff in those?
Yeah, and so does Janet. Yep. So the large is $11.99, and again you get 50. And then the extra large is $13.99 and you get 50. So those are all in stock, and you're going to find all these items under storage. Okay, Katie brought over for us. This is, it's so cute just as it is.
I was just responding to someone, Dawn. Here we go. It's beautiful.
So, and a lot of times people will use this for photo storage. But if you wanted to store your Copic markers, if you've got a lot of them, this is another great way. And you could put your purples, obviously, in the purple box and the blue. So,
Or your embellishments or good
Yes.
things like that.
yeah, but that's just so yummy.
And how much is that, Dawn?
It's
$39.
$39.99. Okay. And what just came in yesterday, and I was pretty excited about these, We Are Memory Keepers came out with a new magnetic storage system. The sheets came in along, and in the package you also get the plastic envelopes. There is a box that they have, but it's so new it hasn't come out yet, but it will be coming shortly. And I wanted to just show everybody what you get. So you get, let's see, what does it tell us? You get six of the magnetic sheets, and then you get 6 of the plastic.
Oh, that's a lot.
That is, and they are, I just got the price here, $15.99. And so I just went and got some of our circle dies from the back, and you just put them on the magnetic sheet. And let me just get them. And then you can slide them, and what I really like about these envelopes is they have the 3 rings, so if you want to put it in a 3-ring binder, you can. Or like I said, they're coming out with the box storage. And then it has the little flap that closes it so they're not going to fall out.
Oh, let me get up close on that because I didn't realize. Ooh, I didn't realize that was on there. I like the tab too, so you could label things.
Yeah, right there. So these can be stored like this. They can be stored like that. However you want to, whatever's the best way for you to store them. So those are $15.99, and you get 6 magnetic sheets and 6 of the plastic envelopes. Okay.
I think we're going to have to order more of those, Dawn.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. And when the boxes come, they store in the box like this. So the box is this wide, and they just store in there. And like Kelly said, you can label them. So
Okay,
really fun.
2 people have said there's no sound. So, but we should have somebody have Katie
Go to
open us
commercial
up.
break.
All right. All right, I'm going to just show these labels again because I think they're really neat. And they do have the Villainous Potion on them, which is the latest color. And I suspect, Dawn, there's going to be another color coming soon.
We hope.
I think time.
We hope. Well, then we showed these before, and they were so hugely popular.
They were.
The Super Satchels back in stock, $19.99, and they're a great way to store your 6x6 paper pads.
That's what Teresa was doing with them.
Yes. But wait, there's more. Well, because I'm starting to organize my.
Your mic might be off.
That's what Teresa was doing with
I heard her. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe Dawn's going to turn her.
Wait, I hear her.
A lot of people say they have sound, so I don't know. I think we're okay.
You're good, Kelly.
Hello, hello, hello.
Check. We learned that on our bus trips, didn't we, Dawn? To go check.
Or we go.
Yeah. Or.
I'm waiting. Somebody have to catch.
Oh, they have to catch
Can you
up.
hear me?
But you're quiet.
Oh, wait. Oh, well, here, let me put it closer, which is usually a problem.
Dawn, that's a nice place. It's real nice. Okay.
I know.
You know what? Deanne just posted Memory Bound's the best store ever. Everyone is so helpful, extremely helpful and friendly. Thank you. That's so sweet. Okay, and Lois wants to know, how strong is that magnetic? Are they going to fall off easily?
Well, let's just test it. Here, let me. Okay, I'm hitting it. So it's pretty
Okay.
magnetized.
Okay.
Was that good enough?
Yeah. Michelle says she's completed the cards, the ones that Dawn just showed, but she needs more 6x6 pads.
I think you're good now.
Thank you.
Let's see. Hang on a second. Janice is late. What's the long storage
We can show that again.
We'll show that again.
We'll
Do you
show
want
that
to? We'll
again.
come back to that. We'll
All
come
right.
back to that. Don't worry. We're here.
So I just had this great idea. I think it's a great idea for storing, because we're all, again, looking for things to store our dies. So we have all these Sizzix storage envelopes. So there's these, and then there's the coordinating magnetic sheets, and these are really thick magnetic sheets that would fit into the storage envelopes. And then we have them also in the larger size. These are like 6 by 8, I believe. Does it tell me 6? Oh,
tells somewhere.
5.5 by 8 3/4.
Well, that was a
And
good
then
guess
they fit
then,
in
Dawn.
these envelopes. But look at here. So again, if you're looking for something to store and have it be portable, these fit right down into this super satchel. And then what's really cool is you can go to your crop and just carry it to your crop.
Let me step back to see that.
So you can put your 6 by 6 paper pads in it. You can put your little storage envelopes for your dies. Whatever you need, but it's very portable. I really like that, and I love these storage envelopes, and then the magnetic sheets for storing your dies.
And that box, can
Such
you tell us
as-
again the price, Dawn, for the
It
art
is
bin?
$19.99.
Okay, $19.99 for the box for the 6 by 6 paper pads.
Yes, yes. And I guess I could open these up too to just show you, because I just want to make sure that everyone understands
It's hard
these.
to know what's in these packages because the packages don't look that great.
But these are the printed magnetic sheets. This is
they're
the
pretty.
set that comes with the envelopes and the sheets, the magnetic sheets. So when you're ordering, make sure you're getting exactly what you want, because you can get just the envelopes, you can get the magnetic sheets and the envelopes, and then on the
that
back,
stick
yeah,
nice.
this is and these are really
Those
magnetized.
are super sticky.
And then you just stick in your envelopes, and then everything's organized. You can see exactly what's in there, and then stick it in your little storage box. So that's a really fun organization piece. And it's gonna take me 10 minutes after this.
We're going to
video
have to clean up. We got a
everything-
lot of clean up.
to put everything.
Can
back
you just
together.
click your microphone up a notch? Click that plus sign. They still say they're not really hearing you except when we're close.
I'm surprised.
So I'm wondering if we need to recalibrate our little system here.
It's not even moving.
Oh
I'm
darn.
pushing it. So.
We might have to go microphone-less, Dawn.
Okay.
Turn up the...
These came back in yesterday. I'll talk louder. If I'm blowing your eardrums out, I apologize. But these are 17 by 15 by 6, really deep. But we got in quite a few yesterday, back in stock. They're really great for storing your albums along with your paper, your projects. Again, put everything in there and tote that to the crop, and you're set. Okay.
Yeah, that's handy just to store projects and things.
We got in these. These are very inexpensive, $8.99, and they are 11 by 3.5 by 4 little zipper pouches. And Kelly said that they will store your
It shows it right here.
distress ink pads, or
So there's
ribbon,
another idea for your distress or your like
stickles. So really versatile. And again, $8.99, and you get one bag.
Dawn, and then you want to pull out that Sizzix one again because we need to mention how you put the stamps on the other side of the magnetic sheet.
Okay.
And
All right.
thank you, Pam mentioned it, so she's reminding us.
So if you have a stamp and die set like Honeybee or Pink Fresh that has the coordinating, this side is where you put your stamps, and then this side is where you put your magnets, and then you slide them into the envelope, and then they're all stored in there together. So stamps on this side, dies on this side.
Okay, and they said your microphone, I just squeezed these two things together and they said your microphone kicked on.
Oh.
So I think that might have been our problem. We just had a little loose connection.
Oh.
So I
maybe
think
that was what
I
was
think
wrong
we're doing
yesterday,
good
too.
now. Yeah,
Woohoo!
probably.
Well, now that I'm done.
Okay, well the question was, do you have for stamps and dies together? And I think you just answered it
Yes.
with the Sizzix.
Yes, the Sizzix. And then we also have it in this size, and I believe there's even a larger size yet. So we have the magnetic sheets in the 5.5 by 8 3/4, and then the envelopes. And again, you just put your stamps and dies on this, slide them into the envelopes, and then you can slide it into your storage containers.
So we need to review the fabric strip case, which
Okay.
isn't necessarily a fabric strip case.
We use it for the distress ink pads, and in the beginning of the demo I showed that you can put 40 ink pads in here, but if you don't have 40 you can also put fewer, and then it has these little holders to hold your items in place. But if you have 40, then you can fit them all in there.
And
So-
even if you had 35, they're still going to sit in there nicely.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And that is $16.49. Okay. And anything else we need to review?
I think that's it. I think we're good to move on to some heart coloring.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take over the.
Thanks, Dawn, for all that organizing information. I think
It's January.
there's
It's a
a
great
few
month
people
to get
maybe that don't
organized.
need to get more organized, but most of us do need to get more organized.
Oh, Sharon says those bags work for ribbons too. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff.
Look at these yummy, yummy cards.
Okay, well, this was a stamp set that I was very inspired by. It's called Hello Sweetheart from Honeybee, and it's $20.99, and I loved it for coloring, but I didn't color everything. I'll show you different ways to use it, and I like it because it has words on it, and some of the words are just a little bit different than Happy Valentine's Day. So that's what I really liked about it. And then I'll just mention it does have a die set that goes with it. That's $17.99. And I'm going to show you, we've had questions about stamping and die cutting, coordinating stamps and dies. So I just thought this is a great day to just do that. So we will do that today. And
Katie.
let's see, where do we want to get started? I guess we'll start out by stamping. So what we're going to do first, we're going to watercolor, Dawn. So here is an example where we watercolored, and we are watercoloring with distress inks.
Dennis.
And this is one that I use, let's see, let me put this on the back. Tumbled Glass, Salty Ocean, Evergreen Bough, Twisted Citron, and Mowed Lawn. That's a lot of colors. And of course you don't need that many colors, but that's what I used on that. And I was afraid that was really close to my face there, Dawn. What, like this? Yeah, I was a little too close. This is another one that I did watercolor with scattered straw, spiced marmalade, festive berries, and peeled paint.
Beautiful.
This one I watercolored and then I just cut it out by hand. It's pretty easy to just cut it with the straight lines, and when you ink the edges you never see your cut lines. Nobody will ever know you cut it out yourself.
Beautiful.
And I like it because it goes off the card. So some of the things you're going to see today, they go off the card, and some of them are right in the middle of the card. And I'm doing all A2
I think
cards.
that makes it really unique and fun.
Yeah, I'm doing all A2 cards, but you could put this on a larger card also. And then I've got Love You Forever and Always on the inside.
Cute.
The other one that I watercolored was this one. And this one I used the Tim Holtz Browns Distress, like antique linen, vintage photo. I added some hickory smoke, and then shabby shutters is what I used for the green.
So pretty.
So those are, oh, I guess I have one more watercolored one. This one is Festive Berries and Shabby Shutters. Those are the only two colors that I used. And after I watercolored it, I spritzed it with water, and that's why it looks a little, you might see a few little spots in there.
Pretty. Beautiful.
And then You Make My Heart Happy is one of the phrases from the stamp set.
Love it. Lots of hearts, Kelly.
Good.
Lots of hearts.
Well, hearts for a heart. You gotta love that. And this one's actually heat embossed. So I heat embossed it and then I colored it.
Nice.
So let's do some watercoloring first. And I'm going to show you a trick from our friend Wendy Vecchi. And she takes her stamp sets, and you know how they have this clear sheet on top of them. And for me, I never get that on right, or I lose it. So what I did was I took some packing tape, and let's see if you can see it. I don't know if you can see the tape because it's clear. I should have just maybe done this online, but I've got like a piece of packing tape that is attaching my little loose piece to my base
front
that
and the
has
back. Yeah, so
and then I never lose it. And you don't know how many times when I was working on these cards, I was looking for this piece because you don't like to have your stamps just like this open because sometimes they fall off. So thank you, Wendy Vecchi. Excellent tip.
Where they get fuzz on them. And the fabric strip storage case is now online. Sorry, it was not online, but Katie took care of that for us. So it's under storage.
Good place for it. Very good place for it. Okay, so let me get some magnets here. I'm going to use the Misty, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want to get a pretty good impression on this. You could use a block or another stamp positioner. I'm going to use the Misty. So when you use your Misty, I'm going to decide where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my heart right here. Now the cool thing about the Misty is I can also add some, maybe a little saying to that, like, how about you are so kind? And I can stamp those. And look at, I'm not losing my flap, Dawn. It's right there.
Awesome.
So I can go ahead and decide where I want that. And maybe I'm going to just put those together like so.
Is that a 5x7 card?
This is just a piece of cardstock.
Just a
so
piece
this
of cardstock.
isn't even a card yet. And then you close it and it picks up your stamps. And then if you're going to watercolor, it's really important to use a waterproof ink. I think we can all kind of figure that out.
Yep.
So I'm using the Jet Black Archival ink. And I'm going to purposely not quite get it the way I want it so that you can see. And I'm also using the Stampendable. These are supposed to be back in stock this month. And rub it across and you can see how like, ooh, yikes, that I really missed it. So everything is in position with a magnet and my stamps are stuck to the door. So everything is in the same place, so I can just add some more ink. And I do think I might need to re-ink my ink pad, and some of you might not realize that, but Jet Black is a ink that I use quite a bit, and there is a re-inker for it. And that did pick up just a little bit, so okay, I think we're good to go now. So I'm going to put this, I'm going to try to close the door on that and put it aside. Hey, that's another tip though. Sometimes people will put a little piece of washi tape right here, and then that gives you a little lift. Now, this is the previous version of the Misty. The new version has a lip there to easily open the door. So that's an advantage of having the new version.
If you don't have one and you want to get one, the new version that we have in the store now has that flap.
Okay.
Oh,
so
and here's Kelly's labels.
Oh, yeah.
She's
I don't know if, oops, sorry, Don. I don't know if I have them all going the same way, but
there.
I don't have
Those
them on
are-
everything,
But that's okay.
but I do have them on a lot of them.
So those are the labels that we have in the store that you can just cut apart, and they're stickerized.
So you could see if I had these sitting on a shelf, I could easily see what's what. And I do keep mine stored in a really cute little file cabinet, if I do say so myself. And I have them labeled, and I have them by color. So I keep my greens. Not that I have a lot of colors, Dawn, because I don't.
Kathy says the Misty is a game changer. You are
It is,
absolutely
it is.
right.
Now, I'm going to put it on, I've got a couple of acrylic blocks. If you have a craft mat, you can put it on that, or maybe a palette, a plastic palette would be fine. And I'm going to just put my greens right here. I'm just going to smoosh some Twisted Citron, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of mowed lawn, just so I can have a little bit of variety on my
Now,
greens.
did you stamp that on watercolor, or it's just
This
regular?
is on regular cardstock.
Okay.
But you can watercolor, absolutely. And then we're going to do some purples. So we're going to go with Shaded Lilac. Put some of that on here. And we're going to go with Wilted Violet.
Do you guys carry extra magnets for the stamping? Are you talking about for the Misty?
We do usually have extra magnets,
Yeah.
but they have been out of stock at Misty for quite some time. So as soon as they get back in stock with them, then we will be carrying the individual magnets again.
So I'm using a water brush, and we have several water brushes to choose from. You can also use a paintbrush, and Dawn, that artist brush is a really nice set from Ranger because it's got your fine tips and it's got your, I'm sorry, I don't know my professional artist brush styles, but the flat one, the wide flat one. So that's a really nice set. And we also have several styles of watercolor or water brushes that have water in the barrel. So you don't need to have a
Cup of water.
Cup of water.
I like the water brush myself, just because I like everything to be handy.
Now, you know what else? I'm going to set this on here because I think you can see it a little better, the colors.
That's a good idea.
And I've got my water brush, and I'm going to start out with the green, so I'm going to mix up I'm kind of going to mix the two together. And then I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to watercolor some of my leaves. And what I love about watercoloring is it doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to look really great, I promise you. And I'm kind of doing it upside down. And most of these are not, this isn't a big image where you have a lot of, you know, like shading and stuff to do. Let's see, I think that's a leaf there. There's a leaf. Here's a leaf. There's a leaf. And I'm doing the stems a little bit. And I also kind of like to have a little bit of white space. Let's see, here's the leaf. You can see how artistic I am. And the other thing about watercoloring is layers. So I might let this dry and go back and add a little bit. So I'd like to know how many of you have watercolored like this already, because we have shown this before. And maybe if you have any tips or special things that you like. Now I'm done with my green for now, so I want to clean my brush off. So I'm just squeezing the barrel a little bit on a piece of paper.
There's nothing more relaxing than watercoloring, I feel
so true,
like.
so true. I mean, look at this.
Are you drinking vodka?
Oh, Katie has another idea, but I don't know that anybody heard it, Katie.
I don't want anybody to hear it. That was just for you guys.
Okay, so I'll try to quickly go through this so we can get people, so we can move on to other ideas.
Getting lots of
So
hearts,
this is the
Kelly. I
shaded
think
lilac.
They're seeing where this is going. It's amazing.
Now look at how accurate and detailed I am painting. I think a little bit of white space is good. And plus I'm doing it upside down. I see a little spot of green that I missed.
Is
but
there a layering stencil that goes with this set, Kelly?
I don't think so. I don't remember seeing one. We'd have to look it up. I'm really not sure.
Okay. We can look it up to see if there is a layering stencil that goes with this stamp set, Kim.
So then I'm gonna take a little bit of the darker purple and put it in the centers.
Ooh, pretty. The name of the stamp set that she is using is called Hello Sweetheart. Hello Sweetheart. It is $20.99 and it has all of the verbiage and the beautiful heart, floral heart that she is using.
Okay, so I see some green that I've missed. Now the first time you color this, and if you do it upside down, you will kind of just need to go back, and that's not a problem.
Absolutely. You can use Wink Estella over the watercolor once it is dry. But Wink Estella might also move a little bit of your color too, but that's okay because it's adding some sparkle. It would be beautiful. And also Wink Estella does come in colors, so you can
Just color
you
it.
can color with your Wink Estella colored pens too.
Okay, so there's our first watercoloring, which would be like these. These three here are all water. Well, these four are all watercolored. And you can see it's just a really not super detailed.
And that is the one that she spritzed,
One,
and you
yeah,
can see
this
the
one
water
I colored
dots.
it was all the festive berries, and then I spritzed it with a spritzer and just let the water sit there for a minute, and then I tapped it with a paper towel. Now this one also, Dawn, I want to point out, I cut that out with the die. So I did use the die that goes around all the little flowers and leaves on here. This one I just freehand cut out. I wanted to show two different ways, so if you don't have the die, you can still cut it out and make it work.
Mm-hmm.
And this one we're gonna.
And here, I didn't get to get a good picture. This is
And
one
I
she
think
just
there's
colored.
still
Good
like some
job.
greens in here, but you can go back and
Absolutely.
you can go back and play around and do some
I
more.
think they get the idea. It's
You get
beautiful.
the idea.
Beautiful.
You get the idea of how artistic you have to be to use this. Now these, I wanted to show this because these are both heat embossed, and they're both using the fine detail clear. And I recommend if you're going to emboss it, use the fine detail because this is a very fine line. On this side, I use the Distress Oxide. So you can heat emboss with your Distress Oxides because they have a pigment ink in them with fired brick. And this one, I just used a red pigment ink with the clear powder. And I really like how the oxide turned out. Isn't that kind of neat?
It's beautiful. It's actually darker, which surprises me.
Yeah, it turned out really nice. So why don't let's do a heat embossing so we can show that.
All right.
And I think what we're going to do, we're going to use metallic paper.
There is a stamp set that has dies, flowers set. I'm not sure, Ruby, what you're asking or mentioning. Okay.
Let's see, I keep pulling
Kellie's
out.
going to heat emboss.
We're going
for
to heat
us,
emboss.
which is also
Yeah, show those, Dawn. Those are pretty nice.
beautiful. Look at that gold. Let's see. Yeah, you can see the gold metallic heat embossed. There it is on the dark.
Now we
Beautiful.
do not, this is, here's a good thing to show. This is regular gold embossing powder. And it feels a little bit chunky. This is the fine detail gold, and it's just a little smoother.
Okay.
And you certainly can use whatever gold you have. We currently are out of the gold fine because Ranger doesn't have it, and they have been out of it for a bit. So we don't have the gold, but we do have silver. So you can use, we have the silver, which I think would be very beautiful also. All right, so let's see if I've got this lined up here.
Letha, that is hilarious. She says she keeps a few of the paintbrushes in a makeup case with a small watercolor tin and paper in her purse so she can always entertain herself. She has to sit and wait. That's hilarious.
That is good. Okay,
It's like a bag for the little kids at church. We've got to always have
Oh my gosh, you
something
could take
to
it.
entertain.
You could take it to church.
That's funny.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use the fired brick. And, oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're going to use gold.
Ooh.
We've shown the fired brick.
I can't wait to see
And
this.
we do have this pigment ink, this metallic pigment ink that's here from Spectrum Noir. And we have the silver, the gold, and the rose gold. And I'm going to use the gold.
I think there's even platinum, isn't there?
There's platinum, but I don't know that we have platinum.
Oh,
Look
okay.
and see.
We
There is a
have
platinum, but
silver. We have silver, rose gold, gold right now, but there is a platinum too if you want one. A
now,
platinum.
Don, when you own a paper craft store,
You get the rejects?
This is what you get: the broken ink pads, which I don't recommend it. It was not easy to work with, but this is what happens when you own a paper craft store. This is what you have to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up the heart. And when I'm heat embossing, I'm probably going to just ink it again, even if, and it looks like it needs it anyway. So when you have a broken ink pad, it's not as easy to ink things up. Just
saying.
Just saying. Whoops.
It's okay.
It works. There goes a piece of it.
Thanks for taking one for the team, Kellie.
Yep, I do have a better ink pad at
Oh my
home.
gosh, that is
isn't
gorgeous,
it?
just
it's
like
pretty,
that.
just like that.
It is.
And that is what I did on here, Dawn. That's just stamped just with metallic ink.
Wow.
So you really don't have to do anything else.
I like that.
But
Does
we're
the
going
Memento
to.
black work like the archival black? Yes. Memento is what you use like with alcohol based markers. So that you will not run if you color with alcohol. Didn't Katie do a coloring with alcohol?
She has, not with the,
okay.
yes, I'm going to show that.
Okay.
Yes, she did, you're right. So I'm just pouring on a bunch of powder, more than I need. And then I'm going to tap it off and tap a little here.
Oh, Maggie, you need to use that ink pad. If you have it, oh my gosh, it is yummy.
The metallic?
Yeah.
It's I love metallic inks.
Me too. It's beautiful. Breathtaking, especially like on these darker color papers. Love it.
And this is another good comparison because this one is heat embossed and this one isn't. Now I think probably silver would show up better on the red than the gold, but I mean, I think that's a pretty card. Very
It's
classy.
still gorgeous. Yeah.
So we have put on our powder. Now, I noticed that I have a little bit of powder right here, so you can just take a little paintbrush if you need to and brush it off. And if it gets out of line, that's okay. And then you're going to need a heat tool. I have tried my oven before, Many
Kellie
years
owns
ago.
a scrapbook store and doesn't have a heat
Exactly.
tool.
Many years ago, I didn't have a heat tool. I have one now, but I don't recommend your oven or your toaster. Somebody was talking about the old days and heat embossing with their toaster, and I don't recommend that.
No.
But it's a good
Your
idea.
house go up in flames.
It is a good idea to turn your heat tool on for a minute and just let it get hot so it doesn't blow things. And you can also start from the bottom if you want to. And this is very fine art on this stamp set. And it is changing. I don't know that what you can see on the camera, but it's getting kind of light. Whoops. It's getting lighter and shiny as it melts. So basically the ink is making the powder stick to your paper, and then the heat is melting the powder, and that's why it's called heat embossing. Now this stamp set, the reason I was kind of drawn to it, I think it could be used on a wedding card. I think it could be used on a sympathy card. I think you could use it on a scrapbook layout. I just think it's got a lot of uses.
Julie said she used to use her iron.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, the 4 colors of ink that Kellie used on her card, on this card, is Wilted Violet, Twisted Citron, Mowed Lawn, and Shaded Lilac. So those were the colors. Okay.
Okay, this is awfully beautiful. Oh wait, I got one little spot that doesn't look like it melted. Oh, and one right here. So how does that look, Dawn? Can you see
Beautiful.
it on the camera?
It's gorgeous.
Now, like I was saying, I wanted to show you about using the coordinating die that goes with the stamp set. So I've got the big shot here. And we'll go ahead and cut out this one so we can see how to do it. I have my die, and what I'm going to do, let me set this down. I'm going to line my die up, and this is kind of a different shape. I recommend that you do tape it with some washi tape. I have been using the Spellbinders yellow tape, and I really love it. And you can use it over and over. Sometimes I just tape it to the top of my big shot. So I'm going to line this up where I want it, and then I'm going to stick a piece of tape on it to hold the die in place. And then, oops, whoa, this is a thin die, thinlet, so it's going to need your whole platform. And we've got a couple cutting pads here. Just double check, make sure it's lined up. And then we just run it through. Now on the die set, it also has dies to cut out all of the words. So all of those phrases that you saw, you can cut those out and pop them up.
Here's the die set. So as she said, these all these wavy ones like this cut around all the words. So that makes it really
It does. It
fun.
makes a really nice thing. So then this yellow tape, it just pops right off, but it's sticky enough to hold things down. I'm going to set it there, and there's our die cut heart.
spectacular.
And what I wanted to mention, on the Honeybee site, they've taken this heart, they die cut it, and then they put it on top of a scalloped heart. And you can't quite see that on here because these are layered, but it looked really neat. I really liked it. And
that was very
I
pretty.
didn't have time to do that, but the scallop hearts here, you get 10 dies, and it's $25.99, and I think these would be good for a lot of things, especially Valentine's Day.
Especially Valentine's or wedding.
So we heat embossed, we die cut it, and then let me show you some other samples that we have. Now you'll see, okay, well, you showed the other ones over here that we heat embossed. This is also heat embossed with a green ink and clear embossing powder, and then I put the Honeybee gems on it, just as a little addition, because the Honeybee gems, Dawn, as everybody knows, sorry to repeat myself, but I absolutely love them, and I do use the clear, the black, and the white quite often, and this is the new set that came in that has all the different sizes.
Back to basics.
I like
That
that.
one.
On this card, I use clear, And then speaking of organization, let me look at my carrier here. This is what I put my honeybee gems in, is that small box. So I tried
Oh my gosh, those fit perfectly.
They do, and I probably will take, these are new, so I haven't taken them out of the package. But I do have like my, here's the clear ones and the white ones.
Fun.
And I've got a couple other color combinations that I've used.
Cool.
So anyway, that's what I use that for.
Oh, hey, Rosetta has an idea. She said you could put some pretty Valentine paper behind the negative that you just cut out your heart. Where did that go?
It's right here. Oh, yes, you
Here,
could.
let's show what
Do you want to grab some over there?
I'm going to go grab a piece of paper. Rosetta, thank you for the idea. That is such a fun idea. And we will show what we mean by that. So you don't throw anything away.
Okay.
Let's see here. I don't know where my Kellie went. Oh, she's cutting it, so to make it look probably a little better.
I trimmed it down a little bit, Dawn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's
if you popped it up with some foam too, that would be really neat.
And then
or
your
make
little
a shaker
message right here. Very fun. Thanks, Rosetta, for that.
You know what, Dawn? I love all the ideas that people share.
Yes.
That's what really
There's
makes
another idea.
That's what makes our mornings for sure.
Well, we learn from you guys too. That
Absolutely.
makes it's very fun.
And
for
it's
us.
one more use for the dye.
Exactly.
This dye. Okay, so I asked Katie to help me out with this because we have colored with watercolor. Katie did one with Copic markers for us, and this is on one of those Dina Wakley tags, mixed media tags, the number 8. So you can color this stamp with Copics. You can watercolor it. You can color it with Tombow markers. Here's one that I colored just with Tombow markers.
I love that.
Or whatever markers you have at home. I brought my Tombow markers. Here they are. Here's the markers that I used. And Dawn and I grabbed a set here that has, I do have this set at home, so I think I used a lot of the colors out of here. And this one is $26.99. And how many do you get in there, Dawn? Is it 10 or 8?
4, 6, 8, 10.
10 markers. So I'm pretty sure those are the colors that I use because I use that green and the pinks.
I think the aquas in there are beautiful.
Yes,
The aqua
yes.
colors. Good job coloring that. It's beautiful.
So then I colored with colored pencils. So you could get out your colored pencils and color this. I didn't have any Gamsol at home to blend it like Chris has shown us, but like check this out, Dawn.
I know. Isn't that just so fun?
Yeah, I had about this many colored pencils at home. And so, but this is another option. This is $19.99.
That's such a good value.
It is, and how, I don't know, 50. Oh gosh, you get 50. I had a set of 12 at home. And then I did want to mention these also, the Prismacolor colored pencils.
Which are the premier
Yeah, these are the good
watercolor
ones. This
pencils.
is what Chris has. These are 24 pencils for $49.99. These are going to be really smooth, and I like it because they're in a container.
Oh, Elena says to send a card with the matching tag on for a bookmark on the inside.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That is such a great idea. Thank you for that suggestion.
Yes. Yeah, and I haven't put any ribbon on these. I should do that.
Carol says she has a full set of Tombows and loves them. And Lisa's asking, are the sayings in with the heart stamp? They are.
Yes.
Here's the stamp, and then here's the sayings.
You could certainly use other sayings or dies. I just stuck with the stamp set because that's what I wanted to show today. And I saw it, and I was just so inspired by it, Dawn. I just thought it was a pretty neat stamp set. This is another one that I colored, and I did a little bit different technique with that. And we're going to be doing that in a couple weeks, where we basically used my little brushes here that we love, the iCrafter brushes. And remember, these
They're
are
the best.
brushes. They're not foam. Let me pull one out. So they are little fingertip, and they are brushes. And they're so smooth. You just want to.
Yeah, they're yummy.
So I used that on here, and I just kind of did some colors like so.
So
And
you just picked up the color with your brush and then just rubbed it in.
Yep,
Got
just
it.
kind of eyeballed where it needed to go and put it in. And I like to keep my brushes in this little container.
Yeah.
So this set of brushes, you get 10, and it's $39.99 for 10. So And they're color coded, which
use
I
mine
love.
a lot. I like those for blending.
Okay, have we missed anything? I did want to mention, if you are going to be using the metallic inks, that this silver and gold ribbon, they're 25 cents a foot, and they're both amazing. So if you want any of that, just say you want some of Kelly's gold or silver ribbon, and we can get it for you. It is not online.
Very cute.
But it's a good width for card making or tying bows.
Very good. Did you show the Valentine's paper, the red and white hearts and black? We did, Lori, at the beginning. It's called Love Letters, and it's by Photoplay. So if you're looking for this this collection here, it does come in a paper pack. It's $8.99. It has a sticker sheet, and then it has 6 double-sided papers.
And they're 2 of each, which I love because, that one. I've
Yeah.
just been, I
That
had a
would be-
squirrel moment. I had a squirrel moment, Dawn.
You could
I really
do that
like
one
that.
for the negative also of that
Yes,
one.
that would look great.
So yes, you haven't missed anything, but that is a collection pack. It's under 12 by 12 collection packs, or also Valentine.
So remember, the water brushes are really handy, especially if you're at the dentist's office or the doctor's office and you want to whip it out in color.
Oh.
You can also use a paintbrush if you don't have one at home.
Donna says you're making her nervous, but the lid is on her embossing powder. She didn't
Yes.
think there was a lid on
Yeah.
there, but you're absolutely right. You got to put your lid right
It's not
back
tight.
on.
It wasn't tight though, Donna, so it probably could have very easily caused an accident. So there's lots of color combinations, Dawn, and that's really the fun part, is just getting out your inks. And I was going to do one in these colors, but I think we've shown pretty much a lot of the colors.
Good job. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. Well, thank you.
And don't go yet. We
Oh.
want to show what Chris is doing tomorrow.
But wait, there's more.
So tomorrow, join us, and this is what Chris is making. And she always has these projects that look like they're very difficult, and she makes them look doable for us.
Yeah.
So it is a gatefold card that opens up, and it's got a little like tote bag on the inside of it.
That is so cute. Look at a little like shopping bag that
It's
you put a
perfect
gift
for a
card
memory
in.
bound gift card.
It's very sweet.
So Chris will be, it's got a little magnet, I think it's got a little magnet in it. So she'll be here tomorrow, and she's got another sample, and she'll show us how to make these tomorrow.
Very
So
fun.
thanks for joining us. I hope you like the Hello Sweetheart stamp set and die set, and we'll see you tomorrow.
And Letha, if you do have a question on what you ordered yesterday, just give us a call. We can help you with that.
We got lots of people here today that are answering phones. So.
Yes. I think we've answered everybody's questions. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. Thanks, friends. We're glad you're here, and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 9:30.
Have a great day.
Oh, and if for those of you that are going to be snowed in, stop in today.
Get here today. Get
we
your
are
adhesive.
Get your adhesive. We don't want you to be stuck at home without adhesive. We will do curbside with you today. We're open until 7. Phone or web orders. We'll do whatever
we're going to get
is easiest.
4 to
for you.
6 inches of snow, Dawn? Is that the
Oh,
forecast?
Kelly, I think Channel 13, Jerry Ann this morning said 8
Oh, wow.
for us.
So you
here.
better stock up today. But even if you don't, you can pull up,
It'll change 4 more times before.
put on your chains on your snow tires.
Yes.
Wait, do people do that anymore?
Not here. I think
remember-
only in Colorado.
I remember my dad doing that when I was a little girl, that he'd have to go out and put the chains on. So thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching, and have a fabulous crafty day.